Let's get started with our Johnny Appleseed book. Before we start to read and before we start to work with this book, let's take a look at our pictures. This is called a picture walk. First, I see a character, and I recognize this character because I've been listening to some stories about Johnny Appleseed. I see that he has a satchel and an apple and his signature pot on his head. I'm going to go ahead and turn my page, and I see my character again, and this time I see an apple down here. As I turn my page, I see our character again and more apples. It's the same character and even more apples. I'm enjoying the pictures. I can count the apples. I'm using good book handling, carefully turning the pages, giving them a push down, seeing my character, counting my apples. I see a happy character and lots of apples. And it looks like I'm at the end of my book. Let's go ahead and start our book again. This time, let's read our book. It says, as I read, I touch under the words so that I can see each of the words and read them. My name is Johnny Appleseed. I like apples. I recognize the word I because I've been learning how to read it. I see one red apple. Go ahead and take out your pencil bag and find your red crayon, making sure that you get your red crayon and not a silly color red. I'm going to make sure that I get my red crayon. I love Crayola crayons because right there, it tells me it's red. It matches my word red. And now I see one red apple. I'm going to color it. I'm going to use my good 4-star coloring, making small strokes, coloring up and down, staying in my lines. Now, if you want, you can take out your green crayon and your brown crayon to add some details to your picture. I'm going to color my leaf green, and I'm going to color my stem brown. I'm going to make sure I return my crayons to my bag, and then I'm going to turn my page. This time, I get my finger ready, and I touch and read. I see 2 yellow apples. Okay, this time don't take out your red one. Reach in, make sure you have yellow. The word matches, and I can color 2 yellow apples using my 4-star coloring, staying in the lines. I've made the correct color choices because I'm reading. And then I'm going to return that, and I'm going to do a brown stem because that's a good choice, and staying in the lines, and a green leaf because that's a good choice as well. I filled in all of my apples, and now I'm ready to turn my page. I see 3 green apples. Oh, well, this time I have that fancy green crayon that I'm going to use. It's a greeny yellow. Nope, I don't like it. I'm going to go with my traditional green and color right over it. Sometimes when I change my mind, I can color over it and make it look just as great. 1, 2 green apples, but I need 3 green apples. Up and down, staying in my lines. Pete the cat says no worries if I go outside the lines by mistake, but I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to give it still a green leaf, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to give it that brown stem, making good color choices. I'm ready to turn my page. Finger ready, and touch and read with me. I see 4 red apples. Now, we've been working this week with the number 4, and I made my 4 a little bit different than that 4. But that's just a different way to make the number 4. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, make sure you get your red crayon. I had to double check it. As I color, I'm taking my time. I'm making small strokes, stopping and staying inside the lines. I'm doing a great job. I'm proud of my work. It's not a race. It doesn't matter who finishes first. It matters who does it correctly. So as I take my time and work my way from left to right, because that's the way we read. And that's the way we should work also. Always starting on my left side. I'm going to go back and add that green leaf. Hopefully I didn't make mistakes today, but if I did, Pete the cat says no worries. I'm making some great red apples. As I turn the page, I touch and read again. I see 5 yellow apples. So make sure you get that yellow crayon out again. I always have my workspace neat. I use my pencil bag or my pencil box to keep all of my supplies in, so I know where they are each and every day. I know where my crayons are because if something falls on the ground, I stop and I pick it up and I put it back where it belongs, so later when I need it, I have it. Good workers have great, neat areas as well. I'm going to go ahead and get that green out, add some details to mine. Now, as I worked, I stayed just with my apples this time. I didn't worry about, a roll away, put it back in. Now, I didn't have to zip my bag each time. It didn't go anywhere. As I turn my page carefully, not to rip, I'm doing a great job. I like apples. Well, it didn't tell me what color I had to color the apples. So you can choose. Maybe you want to color some of them red. Maybe you have an apple at your house and you want to color it like your apple. I have a green apple and it has a little yellow spot on it. So I'm going to leave a little yellow spot. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to add some yellow detail to that apple. And now it looks like the apple at my house. Now, silly thing is, my yellow apple that I have at my house has a little couple brown dots on it. So I'm going to carefully add some details to it. And I just carefully adding some details to my apple. And maybe I have just a solid green apple at my house also. Maybe I don't have apples at all. Maybe I'm just coloring them the colors that I like. You choose how to color your apples that you like. Johnny Appleseed, also known by his real name, John Chapman, was on all of our pictures pages today. Now that you are done with your work, if you'd like to go back and do some 4-star coloring with Johnny Appleseed, you may do that today. Go ahead and close your book. If you come back to the cover of our book, if you'd like to color Johnny Appleseed, please go ahead and color Johnny Appleseed. Otherwise, enjoy reading your story one more time with your learning coach. Enjoy your Johnny Appleseed book that you worked so hard on today.